Now, if you guys remember correctly, we talked about this at the beginning of the semester that it amazes me the number of high school students who can't tell the difference between the side of an object and the angle of an object. It's really kind of disturbing to me that I have a bunch of adolescent young men and women who cannot tell the difference between an angle and a side. So today, we're really going to take this low, and we're really going to take the time to look at this and actually talk about what an angle is, how you form it, how you name it, and all the different types of angles we have in geometry. There's a ton of angles. No, we're working with angles today, Brandon, not shapes. Okay, so first let's go ahead and move on into this right here. And so guys, one thing you guys will notice here with an angle, so talk about an angle, that's this thing right here, the space between two rays. And so really, if you want to define an angle, it is best defined as two rays at the same endpoint. Two rays with the same endpoint. It's a good way to define an angle. So you guys write that down right here. Two rays with same endpoint. The key point there, Brandon, is the same. I cannot stress that enough. It is definitely the same. Now, guys, when we refer to these angles, the most important piece of that angle you need to be concerned with is something called the vertex. And notice where that vertex is. It's actually right there in the very corner of that angle. The vertex is a point. How do we label points? What do we use to label a point in geometry? Okay, but we label it in a very special way. It's not just letters, but capital letters.
In a way, I was kind of right.
Yeah. Okay. So we would refer to this as angle A. In fact, we actually have a symbol to represent an angle. It's a slanted line with a flat line. We call that angle A. So a lot of times we'll refer to an angle simply by its vertex. Now, the two rays of that angle are referred to as the sides of the angle. And so I might have two other points out here to make the rays. So I would have B and C. So AB is one side of the angle, AC is another side, and point A is the vertex. How do we measure? What's the measurement that we attribute to angles? What are the units? Degrees. Okay. Are the birds distracting you guys?
Yes. That's like messing with my ADD right now.
Don't you guys ever wish that we could do this school and do this elsewhere? Alright, so as we're talking about naming angles, there's a lot of general ideas. We've already said this. The one way you can name an angle is by its vertex. So if I have point A, we would call that angle A. A lot of times too, it will happen when we get into more complex figures. There'll be like a little number right here. And so we'll call that angle 1. But the preferred method to naming an angle and labeling an angle is using a 3-point system. And what's important about that is the vertex is always going to be in the middle of that system. So on the previous page we had point B, point A, and point C. And then when you want to look at that, we would say that this is the angle B, A, C. So another way of looking at this particular angle is the angle formed when going from point B to A to C. So angle BAC. In fact, We could also go the other way. There's the same angle. Call it angle CAB. Well, what do you notice about that three-letter system? What's important about that? See? Yeah, the vertex is always in the middle. Very, very important. So here's what I want you guys to do real quick. I want you guys, on your Inspires, I want you to create a whole new document. I want you to create a geometry page, and I want you guys to create an angle. I want you to create angle ABC.
Wait, hold on.
Create a geometry page,
Yeah.
and I want you to create an angle and name it ABC. So think about what an angle is. An angle is two rays with the same endpoint